In 1959, at Street's Grocery in Whitefish, Montana's special spice was born. Alpine Touch. It's the taste you grew up with, well seasoned through the test of time. As the tradition carries from one Montana generation to the next. From its humble beginnings to a trusted brand, here's to the next 60 years. Alpine Touch. Montana's special spice since 1959.
Anytime you get into December playoff football, you got to be able to hang your hat on a few things, and we were able to rush the football today in an incredibly windy day. Certainly, for the most part, stopped them from rushing it. Really made their quarterbacks uncomfortable, and then I thought we gained an edge in special teams. The score at halftime was not indicative of the feel of the game as far as just how we were moving the ball and how we were stopping them. Pretty sure guys hanging in there through that, though. It's 10-7 and you feel like we've done this and this. It's still the scoreboard's what matters at that juncture. So, thought we came out bound and determined the second half to build off that, and really appreciate our guys' effort in preparing. Through the bye, we had a chance to make a quarterback change, and I'll just address this one time. We made a change that we thought was better for our team. We had Matt, an individual that made a change that was best for him. We wish him well, and that's all I'm going to say about Matt McKay. I want to talk about the guys that are on our team and out there, giving tremendous effort today. So with that, I'll open it up.
Well, when you have a guy making his first start, but also the wind is blowing like that, how big of an advantage is it to be able to rush for 400?
Well, obviously that was a big part of us putting Tommy in there because of his ability to be a playmaker. His development through the course of this season, we felt like, his ability to throw the football has come along. And however, today was a challenging day, especially one side, going towards the building here. It was really tough to do much. And, I thought we worked through that. They obviously had a lot of guys piled up there time after time after time, and credit goes to our offensive line to continue to sort that out. And Isaiah ran really hard today. Lane had a few opportunities, and anytime you rush for 387, you're doing some things right.
There was a moment at the end of the third quarter where you guys got a sack, and then right at the beginning of the fourth quarter, Tommy has a long run. So how big of a momentum shift did you think that little? Yeah,
and they flipped the field, I thought, to throw the football, and then they ran it and punted it when we scored the next play. So yeah, he felt like it was a matter of time before we would have a big play in the run game. I think Isaiah was close a few times. Ultimately, he broke off the last touchdown. Same goes for Tommy. He's pretty electric, and he's shown it certainly a few times this season, and that run was probably the most electric that he's had a chance to get out there and show. So he worked through some things. They're an aggressive defense, and they played ultra aggressive against us today, and like I said before, I thought our line did a good job of just hanging in there, and we found some things to go to in a little bit differently in the second half, and like the results.
Did some of his throws give you some encouragement if it wasn't windy that he could be pretty effective?
Yeah, and like I said, his improvement through the year has given us more than enough encouragement. He's, I think he'd only thrown 4 times coming into this game, but his development, how he continued to work at it, through the entire season while getting practice reps and all that, really felt good about where he was at the last couple of weeks. And then we get those wins today, and it made it harder. But I thought he composed himself for sure. He's a competitor. He's an intelligent guy. He wants what's best for the team, and really appreciates his efforts in the passing. Will definitely come.
What was the biggest factor in choosing Tommy as opposed to like Casey or Tucker?
I think where we're at offensively, I think his ability to run the football is, I think, been more than apparent through the course of the season. And then, like, his development as a passer, you put those two things together. I think that was clearly the best choice for our offense, where we're at. It didn't probably show entirely today, but, I think our team was behind it wholeheartedly. Tucker, tremendous leader. Disappointed, but supported Tommy to the nth degree. And Casey's just coming off. That's the first time he's dressed since who knows when. It's been a long time for him, so it's good to get him back. But I think just what Tommy's been able to do, both in games, running the football, but then his development as a passer, made that decision pretty clear.
Did you feel like during the course of the game that he got more relaxed, or a little more comfortable throwing the ball? Just in that?
Yeah, he had to make a couple plays. I can think of a sprint out on third down in particular that is I guess relatively simple football, but it was the same throw he missed probably right away. I think there was a third medium, our first drive that he threw in the dirt. So, just something as simple as that. And, I think being out there and understanding like what you can and can't do. I know he threw two balls, deep balls into the wind. One was to Lance that ultimately was underthrown, and the other was on a jump where we're trying to make a play. But no, I think his comfort level, and anytime you're out there, ultimately what you want is the game to slow down. And as fast as he is, that's sometimes hard. But he's, like I said, he's very competitive and he's very intelligent, and he'll allow us to continue to move over. His opportunity for improvement is very much still there. I mean, that's just one game. It's a start for him. He's got that first game under his belt, and really excited about what he can do moving forward.
The timing of the decision, did the bye week kind of feel like a good time to do that, have more time to prepare with him?
It certainly helped. I think we could take last week and just go back to base fundamental offense versus defense and not make it about a game planning situation. We would have probably done it anyways, but it certainly helped.
Beneficial was the bye week in terms of Isaiah's health?
I think very beneficial. Isaiah carried 28 times today. That's the type of workhorse that we need him to be. He looked just more like himself today. I think that, going back the last 6 quarters, I don't think he was exactly himself. He didn't play the last 2 against Idaho, and then against Montana, he was a little bit off. And, he looked strong today, I thought, and I know the bye week had to help that.
You kind of mentioned this, but do you feel like the team kind of rallied around Tommy in a bit, in a sense, I guess?
Yeah, no question. I think, the dynamics of a team is they want to win football games. They want to do everything we can to put ourselves in a position to win football games. They know Tommy's been, this unselfish guy, covering kicks, blocking on the perimeter, blocking in special teams, and they see that. And that doesn't go unseen by his teammates. So I think, he's such a well-respected teammate anyways. And then I know, when he's been out there playing quarterback, he's made an impression too. And our guys, maybe saw the funk we were in a little bit offensively. So, let's do something to shake it up. Let's throw all our chips on the table, so to speak, and let's go forward with it.
How often have you seen a starting quarterback also be a gunner on kickoff in the same season?
Not too often, but he's a pretty unique individual, and that's both his ability and then just his makeup. His willingness to do whatever he could to get on the field. Was evident from back in the spring. He was willing to do anything he could. Now, it was challenging for him. He's doing things he hasn't done. He has not been a blocker, a tackler, any of those type of things. Certainly not a receiver. So, that's he's a good football player. And I think, but I felt like all along that there's a quarterback within that. And here we are playing in December. And he's the type of kid that his moment wasn't too big for him. I think that's, there was mistakes certainly, and there was going to be mistakes, but just like his makeup and what he's going to bring to this program for a long, long time here.
On the other side of the ball, what was that preparation like? Because they had a little uncertainty at quarterback as well.
Yeah, I think we were the mind that their Player of the Year guy would play and was positioned. He traveled to Springfield last week, and I'm sure that was frustrating for their team and their coaching staff that he couldn't play. Did feel like Wynn threw the ball well last week. Obviously the wind, and I think our defense's play made that a lot harder today. So yeah, we were preparing for 2. I mean, that's been ongoing theme, I think, this year. And, we got to go out there and just play hard no matter what.
What did you think of the defensive performance, especially taking number 11 away, because he just gashed Missouri State last night?
Yeah, I felt like we wouldn't put our guys in as many one-on-ones, and we would be able to get pressure with 4. And we went after him a few times and put our guys in man-to-man, but it wasn't a deal where I think he felt ever any sense of comfort, both the time he had and then what he was seeing from a coverage perspective. So the opportunities for those big targets were very limited, and the time he felt comfortable, hanging in there to throw to him was next to none.
And this time of year, just having multiple seniors on the defensive line that are playing like they are, how much of a boost does that give you?
Well, I think anytime you have guys that, there's no tomorrow if we don't win a football game. Not only do they play their best, but the way our guys, their makeup, I think our guys rally around those guys as well. They want to play for them. They want to give their all for each other, and I think that was. It was very apparent in our kind of turn the page and then prepare for this game, and then I think just all together with our effort today showed just how much this team means to each other.
Just after the last 2 weeks, did you kind of take a breath after that game and kind of take a sigh of relief, I guess?
Well, I don't know. I think you come out and you're playing playoff football. I think that was a very dangerous team. I think we had to play our game, and if we played our game, I felt like we liked the results. Sitting there 10-7 after, we allowed them that score. You scratch your head a little bit, but, I felt confident in our guys' ability to bounce back. And, you live in the moment, you win a football game, and then you move on to the next. That was kind of our mindset, through the last couple of weeks. And, now we draw a really good opponent in the defending champs, the number 1 seed. And, we got to get ready to play them down in Texas on their home field.
What extent did you have any conversations with Blake about either your respective comfort levels about how he would be used in the kicking game today with this win?
Well, I think we hoped we'd be kicking away from the building, but it seemed like he had to kick towards the building quite a bit. I think what Blake has been all year is very honest about, where his limitations, what he was confident in. We decided to squib going towards the building. I thought he did a good job of doing that, and he was able to kick the ball out of the end zone the other way. Field goal wise, it was challenging, for him to get to, felt good about that, hated the missed extra point. But Blake's a competitor. I think he's a guy that has high expectations for himself, and, we got the 2, but I thought he handled things really well, and just not letting this day intimidate him. I think this win could have intimidated a lot of kickers.
You coached in the playoffs before, but what's this one like as a head coach, getting your first head coaching playoff win?
Yeah, it's different. It's been a while. There's certainly a different sense of urgency at this level, coaching in December, and that's where, just knowing that, being part of 3 runs, you can't make it about the end game. You got to make it about that week. And I thought our guys really took to that and like I said, lived in the moment of the preparation for Martin, not worry about what could be next, what might be next, where we play, anything like that. We got to go beat a good football team in Tennessee Martin. So happy for our guys. We talked about all that they had been through since the last time they were in the playoffs back in 19. All the things in 2020 they couldn't control, the coaching change, but they've been the constant. We've certainly added guys to that group, but the core of our guys, it was apparent from back in February when I got here, they were all about, getting to December and seeing what we could do. And here we are, we got one checked off, and, just so happy for them. I mean, that's way more than anything for me.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks. Yep.
20 seconds to go in the third quarter. There's a timeout, and I can't remember what song it was, but a song comes on, and the whole defense starts dancing, and you guys go get 2 sacks in a row, and then a couple plays later, he gets a big touchdown. So how much did that just swing the momentum in the game?
I mean, whenever our defense can come out excited and be glad to be out there, it's a good thing for us. And that's just how we were feeling. We were just feeling good. We were having fun, and go get those 2 sacks and get that big stop. I mean, that was huge. Whenever we can do that, it's big time.
What was the song?
I don't even remember what the song was.
Is that Freak song?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying. No, whenever that song comes on, it's funny for us. So just get to dancing.
Go ahead, Vic.
You guys didn't allow any points on your side of the ball. I don't know if that's the first time or one of the first times this year, but just how excited were you guys just after the game about your performance?
Yeah, that was the first time. I'm pretty sure that was the first time. It felt good, like we've been saying all year. That's kind of our job. We step on the field, we keep teams from scoring, and kind of just backtracking what we were just talking about. We have a lot of fun, especially when we're doing that. So yeah, it definitely felt great. I think it's good momentum going into next week. So we'll just keep doing that for sure.
How much just the win plus the fact that you have a new starting quarterback? How much does that impact you guys as a defense and just kind of your sense of urgency?
I mean, we have all the confidence in the world in Tommy. And then going on for the defense side of the ball, you just know kind of where they're going against the wind, so they're not really going to take their shots here, or they're going with the wind, be ready for the shot. So I think the play calling changes just a little bit there, and knowing that and expecting, when to expect those shots is kind of just the mentality on defenses, kind of picking and choosing what to be in and what calls to be in.
Amandre, this week, what were the challenges in preparation? Because they kind of had a couple quarterbacks might have played as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we kind of had to plan for a couple different guys, and whenever you have a quarterback down or a quarterback hurt on the other team, you kind of have to do that, so it wasn't really new for us. We knew UT Martin was a good team, so we knew that was going to be a challenge enough in itself, so it was just go out, just prepare. We know what they do well and what we had to try to stop to win the game, and we were able to do that and come out on top.
Ty, how are you feeling, and how was the kind of important that bye week for your health?
It was imperative to being able to come back and play. I'm not quite sure whether or not I would have if we didn't get that bye. So I was super happy about that, and it felt great today. So it felt good.
You think in particular you guys did well against the run? Because I know that the 2 running backs are very talented. That was kind of one of the talking points this week. So I mean, for Amandre, anything particular you guys did well to slow down the run game?
As a defense, we play good team defense. We were pretty gap sound today for the most part, and we knew UT Martin was great at rushing the ball, top 10 in the country, and we knew they were going to come in and try to do that. And so it was important for us just to execute our jobs and just to win our one-on-ones, and a lot of guys were able to do that tonight.
Ty, how freeing is it for you guys in the secondary with being able to rush for your 4 guys up front, just being able to get so much pressure with those 4?
I mean, it's great. It definitely helps in man coverage too, when you just hey, I'm gonna pick this leverage, or I'm gonna you only have to cover for a max of 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds. It makes our jobs a lot easier when they get that pressure on the quarterback. And if we can just on the back end change up the picture one time, we know that they're gonna get home. So it allows us to play freely and play with the utmost confidence, just because we know it's not going to take long before they hit them.
Amandre, I know you guys have expected to be in this point all year, but what's it like now to be moving to the quarterfinals and just kind of status of your season?
It feels great. I mean, 1 week at a time, and we understand that any week could be our last week. And we're excited. We got the win tonight. We're excited to move on and go down to Sam Houston.
I know you guys haven't looked at them yet, but I mean, just the prospect of playing the number 1 team in the bracket for both of you guys, what do you think of just that challenge?
Great team. I mean, we're excited about the challenge. We know that they're going to be good. It's going to be a good matchup.
I love it. It's what you play football for. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. We're going to go down to their place. We're going to give them everything we got, and we're excited to be down in Texas.
We heard Coach Vigen talk about how much the team kind of rallied around Tommy being the starter. Just how did you guys as a defense try to kind of express some confidence in Tommy?
I think just encouraging him throughout the week, but I mean, you see Tommy every single day in the offseason, the way that kid works. We knew he was going to get his opportunity, and when someone loves the game and plays the game with the passion that he does, it makes it a lot easier to just have the utmost confidence in him. He's a great kid, he's a great player, but he's ultimately a really great teammate, and so that's what builds a lot of confidence in us on the defense side of the ball on him.
Yeah, as a defense, we know how good he is. I mean, it's hard to stop him in practice. We understand how good of a quarterback he is, and it's just a matter of just reassuring him, just take the game slow, just play your game. You don't need to do anything special, and you'll be just fine.
After those last 2 weeks, and obviously the last game, how hungry were you guys to finally get back out there?
I'll tell you what, it's been a long 2 weeks, but we were very excited to get back out on the field.
All right, thanks, guys.
The starting quarterback, and you get 30-mile-per-hour winds. How kind of discouraging was that?
Yeah, it was just throughout the week. You always want to consider what the weather is going to be. So, I was just checking, and I saw there was a warning, and, I think it's just kind of an indicator of, who we are as a team. We have a lot of, we face a lot of adversity, specifically the last 2 weeks, and, it was just one more thing. Both teams had to deal with it. So, ultimately, it was just a great opportunity to grow and to deal with some more stress,
How did you find out that you're going to be the starter, and what was kind of your reaction or your mindset from that point?
I obviously just believed in what my coaches were telling me. It's ultimately about the team. So, they decided that, for the opportunity this game that they wanted me to be back there. And, I just got a lot of support from the guys around me and did everything I possibly could to, continue the season with these guys. I have a lot of respect for the seniors, and, that one meant a lot for me.
How are you guys able to run the ball so effectively?
I mean, just the credit to the guys up front. Every single day they come to work. Our practices are super intense. Going into however many weeks we are in now, there's probably very few teams in the country that are doing what we're doing every single day. Especially considering, with a bye week, we got after it, and it's just, those reps, they add up, they accumulate, and, they're just a physical bunch up front. Isaiah in the backfield, just a great runner. He sees stuff that, I don't understand how. He gets out of things that I have no idea how, but, just believed in those guys and knew that they get a push and yeah.
Can you take us through the two, plays on opposite ends of the spectrum there? You had the fumble that the guy picked up and ran it back, and then in the second half he made the big play for the big run. Can you just walk us through kind of the first one first and then the long run that you had?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was just a 2-minute situation. We got the ball back. Our defense did a great job giving us an opportunity. I think just growing as a young quarterback, I gotta, take what they give me. I try to do a little bit too much there, and credit to UT Martin. They were getting after us, and they got after me on that play, and so yeah, I mean, it was a tough situation, especially considering the situation that we were in. And then just come back in the second half, like we talked about earlier. Our defense was hyped up. They made a couple great plays the whole entire night. They made great plays, but specifically in that sense, it was just a staple to the game, I suppose. The defense went out there, got a couple sacks, got us the ball, and great play call. I just really ran the ball, so it was the guys up front made a huge hole for me, and I just ran. So
Coach Vigen was talking about how the team kind of rallied around you. How much, confidence did you feel from them, and how much did their presence help you out?
Yeah, no, for sure. This whole entire team means the world to me. Every single day, they came in and they were vocal about, that they believed in me, that they knew that, I was going to have my ups and downs as a young quarterback, coaching staff included, but as I continued to make mistakes or be successful in different situations, they continued to believe in me, and it meant the world.
How would you kind of assess your passing game overall today?
Yeah, no, I was very frustrated with, what I had done in the passing game. I think I definitely expect a lot more of myself. And I think, it was just a situation where, I'm going to grow from it. So, ultimately, I was happy that I had the opportunity, to grow, and that's all it really was. So I'm glad we have another opportunity next week.
What do you think of that opportunity? I know you haven't looked at Sam Houston yet at all, but just play the number 1 seed. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they're a great football team. Haven't looked at them a bunch. It's just the team in front of us every single week, so we've been completely focused on that. But I mean, it's a great opportunity to go down to Texas and go play the number 1 team, in their hometown, in their own stadium. And just like Ty was saying, that's why you play football is, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And that's who it is right now. So we're looking forward to the opportunity.
First career start in the playoffs. How are you feeling before the game? Excited, nervous, all the above?
Yeah, all the above. I think it's every Montana boy's dream to go and play for Montana State and be the quarterback. But yeah, I mean, I just really want to go out there and play for the seniors and give my best. So
for their potentially last home game, I mean, how bittersweet is that kind of?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I heard we were about half a yard away from having another opportunity next week, but I mean, yeah, just sending these guys off with home games, undefeated at home this season. Means the world. They've went through so much in the past 2 years, and we just wanted to do anything we possibly could to give them this win and progress to next week.
And just after the last loss, and especially all you've gone through the last 2 weeks, it's been hard to kind of stay calm and stay focused, or were you able to kind of do some things to do those things?
Yeah, I got a lot of people around me that believe in me, a lot of people that I can talk to and help me out throughout the week. I think anybody would be, nervous going into a start like this. But it's just a testament to the people around me, my parents, my coaches, the other players, everybody, they were vocal and they helped me out a lot.
All right. Thank you, Tommy.
Thanks.
Blackfoot Communications is committed to supporting Bozeman businesses. From intelligent network solutions like SD-WAN to fast and reliable fiber-based services, Blackfoot delivers innovative ways for your business to succeed. Blackfoot Communications. Connect to more.
Yeah, congratulations to Montana State. Great atmosphere. I take my hat off to you guys. That's you ought to be commended. That's what it should look like and sound like, and we appreciate having the opportunity to come here and compete. It was a good trip for us. Now, it did take us about 10 and a half hours to get here Thursday, but no excuse. Okay, we got the chance to get rested yesterday and line up and play today. But anyway, Montana State's got a good football team, and wish them the best. And really enjoyed visiting with Coach before the game. Nice guy, and so we'll be pulling for him next week. Concerning our team, I've been head coach there 16 years. I don't know if I've ever seen a year like this. Not only, you win 10 games, and I am proud of that, but, I mean, our trainer probably does, I don't think we give raises, but I think he deserves certainly a pat on the back, okay? Because it was a tough year. We were playing with 2 freshmen at those guard spots. That happened to us a couple weeks ago, and obviously Keon not in there, and Dresser can't really move around very good, but he competed as good as he could today. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm proud of our kids. I'm proud. I mean, it's 10-7 at halftime, and we're hanging in there, we're fighting, and just couldn't get, needed one more stop. But most importantly, we just didn't do a very good job moving the football. That's a good defense, and they're coached well, and they got a good scheme, and didn't give up any big plays to us today, and just couldn't hold it long enough to find one of those seams in the zone, and they wasn't gonna let us beat them with Donnell getting single, number 11 for us, getting single coverage. So I mean, we knew that was coming. I mean, that didn't take a lot to know that was coming. So anyway, hats off to my kids. Proud of them. Proud of our staff. Proud to represent our league and be here and compete in the second round. And ready to go back to work on Monday and get back to this next year.
You said Monday that this is probably the toughest defense you faced all season.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, the front four is really good. I mean, that front four is really good. Because they don't just rush. They can play they can rush and play the run. And then the backers are really good too. So, like I said, they're giving up 250 a game, 260 a game, and we didn't even get that today. So, and then when you run the ball, they're able to keep the defense off the field and keep them fresh. So it's a great formula. We won our first 9 games like that with that formula, but without Keon, we lost that element of running the quarterback, and certainly a different team. But like I said, guys, that you do this for a long time, and you see kids, and I'm sure coaches the same way here. That aren't ever going to put a helmet on again. All right, but they enjoy their career in FCS football, and you see them grow. And they may be selling insurance next week, and that's okay. But they got a degree, and they competed for championships, and hopefully they came out of our program a better person and stuff. And so that's pretty cool.
Take us through this the week of preparation, and when did you guys find out that number one wasn't going to be the guy, and how did that change the way you prepared?
I know, that's tough. I guess we saw them Thursday, I guess, when we got in. Yeah. I don't know. You can ask Coach Please, their defense coordinator, and he's had a great year. But, that's unfortunate. And we obviously knew when you saw that they were going to make the change at quarterback, and that's what triggered that. And I hate that for those kids, for his teammates, and for anybody else that has to deal with that. It's just such a big temptation. I wish the NCAA would find maybe we can support that in the OVC, but just give them a window. Give them a window before the season and after the season, and everybody can, make their own decisions from there. But that's just a lot. Emotional things happen during the season, and everybody wants to play. I get it. But anyway, their team handled it great, and they rallied around it, and did a great job.
Having that quarterback run game threat, how much do you think that just added to their already pretty impressive run game?
No, certainly. I mean, that kid played well today. He did a nice job. I'm sure there's things they'll look at the tape and that he'll learn from and all that, and I'm sure he'll get coached up well. But that's kind of, it wasn't that style, but that's kind of what we did with Keon for those 9 games. And I mean, heck, we were last in the league in passing, but first in rushing. And led the team. I think we're first in defense too. So it's a good formula. It's certainly it's a very good formula for that weather and that wind out there today. It's a very good formula. And believe it or not, before Dresser hurt his ankle last year, he was more of a long strider type guy, but he used to run a lot better than that.
The wind, what impact do you think that did have?
A lot. I'm not saying we would have won the game, guys. I'm not saying that at all. But you did. I'm sure Coach looked at it the same way. You kind of tried more intermediate throws. I think the one time we had Donnell behind the corner, we were going into the wind and the ball came up short. So that's a bummer. And so, no, it did. I don't know what they say. Was it 50, 45, 50 miles an hour? It was whipping through there pretty good. I promise you, in my career, I've never tried a 57-yard field goal. And the coaches were yelling, and they were like, "Coach, it's 57 yards." I'm like, "There's a 60-mile-an-hour wind blowing down here." So, but anyway, we tried it. No good.
Anybody else? Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
I know we left it all out on the field. We fought to the very end. We just couldn't. The outcome was different. So, but I go to war with them boys every day, any day. So, but we got some things accomplished that didn't happen in the last couple of years for our program. We won first round of the playoffs, so that was something accomplished. But we just couldn't get the job done today. So, yeah.
Jay, when you had the hit that forced the fumble, and you guys
scoop and score.
Yeah, scoop and score. What's going through your mind at that time, and what did you guys think at halftime? Because that was a huge momentum swing for you guys.
Man, I knew they was coming behind me, so I was just trying to get to the end zone, race to the end zone. I knew it was getting close to halftime, so I was like, that was a big play for the team before halftime. Get us on the scoreboard, just have our offense back. That's what our defense been doing all season, just trying to battle for each other, offense and defense. Got each other back, so came up with a big play right there.
What made Montana State's defense so effective? Seemed like they really shut down the run game today and the pass game as well.
Well, we had a lot of injuries on our team, but I don't think that's an excuse. They also had a bye week. A bye week. So they had a lot of time to prepare for us, and we just couldn't get it going in this new atmosphere.
Jay, how hard was it coming back? Not hard, but what impacted last week and just how back and forth that game have been coming on into this week?
Hold on, say that question again. I'm sorry.
It was such a big win for you guys last week, first playoff, whatever. So how'd you reset your mentality as you made your way to Bozeman?
I won't say it was hard to reset or nothing. We went right back in Sunday and watched film on Montana, just getting ready for the next opponent. So we practiced well this week. Everything went well. Just couldn't get the win today. So they played better today, I guess. So credit to them.
Did you expect which quarterback did you guys prepare for? Did you expect 16?
Yeah, we was prepping for number 1 at first. And then we wasn't sure, after he entered the portal, we wasn't sure who was going to be the starter coming into the game. And then, we had got word, on today, 16 was going to be the starting quarterback. So we had a plan for him, and then that kind of changed as he became the starter. So, yeah.
And what do you think of his performance, generally speaking?
He played well, man. He played good. He stepped up for them, and made some big plays for them. So nothing but respect.
Is he tough to tackle?
Nah, I won't say that. Me personally, nah, I won't say that. But I mean, he got a little wiggle to him, Yeah.
Peyton, you're a guy that's been in this program a long time. To see your career kind of end the way it did at this level, second round, with all the wins, the yardage, the individual milestones, but seeing the excitement with your team too. How exciting has that been for you to see this team grow and reach kind of the mountaintop, if you say?
This is very exciting to me. Just because all through high school, we wasn't a really good football team, so this is my first time being in the playoffs, my first playoff win. So I was just taking the experience and running with it. I just love everything that was going on.
Jay, what you guys think of the atmosphere and just playing in the stadium?
Oh man, it's amazing. Y'all got a great fan base. It was kind of hard adjusting from our climate towards compared to y'all's. It was kind of hard breathing, But that was something we had to get used to, and But yeah, this is a nice place, nice fan base, man. So yeah.
Hey, how much do you think the wind had an effect on this game?
The wind, to me personally, I didn't feel like it had any effect to me. So
He wasn't throwing the ball.
yeah, I wasn't throwing the ball. I was running it, catching. So it really didn't have no effect to me.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.
Blackfoot Communications is committed to supporting Bozeman businesses. From intelligent network solutions like SD-WAN to fast and reliable fiber-based services, Blackfoot delivers innovative ways for your business to succeed. Blackfoot Communications. Connect to more.